Back before Hollywood. Back before Nike. Back before any of it.
I just wonder how long I've been sleeping. I'm in love with the demons.
Elizabeth, New Jersey.
I want it again. I tell her, man, I'm gonna get even. I'm in love with my demons.
Would I get out? Could I get out? And if I did, would I ever come back?
I said, girl, I ain't got time for that.
Of course, the answer to that question is yes. Who doesn't come back home? However, this trip was a little different.
I'm in love with my demons.
I had a mission, a small crew and very little time to grab what I thought and still think could be the basis of some entertaining TV surrounding what we call the sneaker culture. After I landed, I took a trip by the old neighborhood, the old street, Ripley Place, the street where I grew up, the street that held the house with the small backyard where I spent hours upon hours, dribbling, and dribbling. Luckily, all the dribbling paid off, because even given its close proximity to New York City, there aren't too many other options to make it out of Elizabeth. Okay, so now I gotta get up to Jersey City to meet Suraj at his store, Sneaker Room. I've known Suraj for a long time now. He's got one of the most respected sneaker stores anywhere, and he's using his clout for some pretty amazing work with the sneakers and charity. I told him we were doing this show, and he insisted we drop by.
Retail is still an art. Sales is an art. People just think because you have a product or a shoe that sells itself, like one of these, these sneakers, that you don't have to do work for it. People will just come in and buy it. You still have to sell. You still have to have conversations. You still have to chop it up.
So give me an example.
Like we did the Cortezes this weekend and they were called the house slippers and they're in the window. So all me and my staff wore was robes because you wear robes in your house.
Right.
And customers loved it.
And that was Kendrick Lamar.
Kendricks. And same thing with the Reacts like you're talking because they're all based on a periodic table. So what we did was we wore lab coats like weird scientists. And people love it. People like the gimmick. People have fun with it.
And that wasn't per request for Nike.
That was just
creative
I wish
idea.
It was. I wish they would pay for it. No, it was just us.
Right, just a creative idea. Yeah. So now, another thing, the saturation of sneakers, multiple colorways. Every other month there's a new release. Do you think that's getting a little redundant and oversaturated?
I think we need more limitations on it. Like we don't need 100 million pairs of one shoe.
Right.
We don't need the same colorway every 3 months.
Right.
I think they definitely need to cut it down. But there's still a need for the shoes. It just has to be done differently in terms of quantities, in terms of color variations, in terms of styles. So you know what I mean? There's still a need for all of it, but there's a need, just has to be more specific maybe.
Yeah, wow. But there's a lot of sneakers, even as humble as you are, there's releases that only 4 or 5 locations get. But there's owners that get those releases might only get 12 or 15 pairs, but they have 200 other stores where you have your one and you're still getting that sneaker.
Well, that's the thing. It's not all about, the old saying that size matters. Maybe it's not true anymore.
Right.
Maybe it's about what you do. Maybe it's about what you do for your community. Maybe it's the customer service that you give and that Nike sees. Maybe it's the comments that Instagram or, that people say, oh my God, thank you for letting us shop here. We're grateful, we're humbled. It's different things. Maybe it's the displays that you do. I think the old way of retail about you have to be this national chain or you have to be this big, big guy with a lot of money to get stuff is pretty much gone.
So now you've been doing this for how many years?
Since 06. So we're 12 years.
Wow.
Yeah, a long time.
What was your influence? Were you always a sneakerhead? Were you always?
Nah, I grew up in Jersey City in the projects, so I couldn't even afford most of the shoes that I have now and that I wanted, you know what I mean? But I definitely saw back then that sneakers was definitely, it was a key. That's how you knew who you were. That's your status symbol.
It's like a haircut. Everybody wants to look fresh. You identify.
Nah, it's more than a haircut. Because you can still look fly with a bad haircut. But you can't look fly with a pair of bad sneakers.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Even your outfit don't have to be super dope, but if you have.
Well, that's the whole thing. Now everything starts with the shoe.
Of course.
It goes by when I see somebody, the first thing I do is look at their feet. I don't look at anything else. It doesn't matter if you have Gucci, Versace, or anything on upper. If your bottoms are whack, the outfit doesn't do nothing. You know what I mean?
What's your one shoe that has the most meaning for?
Oh, most meaning? Hands down, it's the Jordan Bordeaux's. Released in '92, Jordan 7s. Wanted them, lived in Marion Projects, asked my mom for them, and God rest her soul, she was like, how much are they? And I was like, I think 110, 120. And she was like, our rent is 110, you do the math.
Wow.
So I definitely can get the shoe.
So mom, God rest her soul, she's not here. What did she pass from?
52506, colon cancer.
Colon cancer.
Yeah. Cancer, just cancer in general, bro. It's just it's an MF, bro.
You got stuff that not every store carries. Now, everything in here, what's that one prized possession in this store right now? In this whole location is probably what, friggin' 4,000 square feet?
3,500.
Close to it, close to it. What's that one
Close.
prized possession you have here?
I mean, it's something you wouldn't think it is, but you know, let's take a walk. Come on,
you show
follow me.
me?
Yeah, let's take a walk. Let's walk back. So it's this right here. So it's one piece of Nike stock actually framed, which is ridiculous, from 2006, June 12th. And as you know, my mother passed away May 25th. So this came after she passed away.
Wow.
With the inscription, to Suraj, a piece of Nike you won't wear out, love mom. And my hair's standing up because every time I tell the story.
Oh man, give me the chills. Now,
got you speechless. No, I'm stop.
Yeah, no, this guy is awesome. So philanthropy. Let's.
I mean, there's a couple pieces here that you'll see. That award that I got right there from the president. You know, the colon cancer walks that I do with my team, top fundraisers. You know, we do baseball teams. You know, I mean, there's a lot. This is a big one. This was when we did a collaboration with Nike and Victor Cruz. $75,000 we donated to the hospital. We redid the waiting room at the hospital. There's a lot. This is a long conversation, man. I hope you got some time. We might have to sit down, grab something to eat, and then we can chop it up about that conversation.
You got any good spots?
Let's go.
Let's go, brother.
Cool.
Suraj and I decided to head to his friend's joint, Left Baked Burger Bar, for lunch. Truth be told, I hear it's one of the best burgers in town. Saw the shop, awesome.
Okay.
Philanthropy. Right?
Okay.
Tell me a little bit about everything you're doing. You have like 3-4 years of these collections, Nike, and you know your affiliation. Just can you add on that?
Trying to give back.
Yeah.
Change the world. You know what I mean? I mean, it started with Nike ID. We did 31 shoes that we designed. You know, just playing around with Nike ID. Bought them for like $130.
And that was just your creative idea?
Yeah, just sitting on a computer one day playing with the computer.
Shit, right.
And I was like, all right, let's see if we could sell them. And they worked. We sold them. I think first year was like 14,000. Second year we did it again. We did like 15,000. Third year was 14,000
So you did 3 years with the IDs?
Yeah, no collaboration, just on our own, buying shoes and reselling them. And then what was crazy was we met somebody at Nike. You know, I call him, I'm not gonna say his name, I call him my genie. Like I was telling him my story, you know, touched him on the back of his shoulder. Next year he was like, you know, what shoe would you do if we could do any shoe? So I was like,
He just came up and asked you?
Yeah, he just asked me, and I was like,
because he saw the performance from
well,
the
he saw that
past
we were
2 years?
raising money off of nothing, and he was like, wait a minute, this my guy might have something. So we were like, I was like, yeah, I would love to do the Air Trainer Cruise, because Vic is, you know, like my brother, you know what I mean? And he just had his shoe, it was a new silhouette that Nike had put out. It was resonating in the streets, and I thought it could make noise. So he was like, all right, he was like, I'm gonna get you 50 pairs, all pink, but you have no inside of the design, you don't get to put your logo on it, nothing. Let's see what you can do. I was like, all right, cool, let's do it. So he gave me the shoes. We started promoting them on Instagram, social media, doing what we do. And I mean, it came down to, what was it, 75,000 we raised off those 50 shoes.
Now, did you do 75,000 off that shoe alone?
Yeah, just 50 pairs.
And what did you? And all the proceeds went.
Jersey City Medical Center. So the Christie Care.
Like a percentage of the proceeds?
No, 100%. We don't keep nothing.
100% of the proceeds.
Yeah. So what we did was the Christie Care Center. The waiting room there is very, very dim, dark. These women are going there for mammograms, for, you know, they find out if they have cancer, for screenings, you know, find out when they need their chemo and all. And you go into this waiting room, it's so dismal and dark. So what we did was we went to the hospital, we talked to them, and we said, you know, listen, we want to redo the hospital waiting room. So what we did was we took all the money and we redid the waiting room.
Wow.
So, you know, like vibrant colors, new lighting, new desks, new chairs, big mural on the wall, the actual shoe on the wall. We put it in memory of my mom, which was dope. And, you know, that started the whole spark. But we have been doing projects, like I've been doing projects ever since I started. We do the toy drive, we do a coat drive in the winter, we collect sneakers, give them to the, you know, the less fortunate. I mean, we did turkey drives. Last year we started something new. Instead of doing turkey drives, we've been feeding the shelters. So we go out and have a restaurant cater the whole shelter. So which is dope because you feed 200 people, but also the workers don't have to work.
I mean, you're taking time, obviously, you have your family, you have your business, you're taking time and donating everything and all your proceeds for just giving back. It's like,
Yeah, man.
it's like the hood Robin Hood.
I've been called many things. It's something close to that, not that.
Right.
But yeah, man, you know, just, you can't take and not give.
That speaks volumes, bro.
They see what we're doing. Like I told you before, I don't think it's about numbers anymore. It's more about what you're doing and what you're trying to do and what you're trying to,
right.
Exactly. Are you impactful or is it all about money?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Man, one person can make a difference, Lou. It's all right, you know what I'm saying?
One soul at a time, right?
That's exactly what we're running with.
One soul at a time.
Suraj and I decided to meet back at his house later on to check out his collection, but first, I gotta go scoop up Dominic in the city because I promised him I'll bring him along. I have known D for many years. He began reselling sneakers at a very young age. Dom was so successful at it, he started his own streetwear clothing line called DKS. Crazy thing is, the kid's only 20 years old.
Tell me, obviously, you got the tattoos, you used to play ball. You still play?
occasionally,
Can't
not
once in a while.
competitively.
Still
but
got
yeah,
the jump
once in a
shot
while.
though. I already know that's always on ice.
there.
It's always on ice.
there. You don't lose it.
You was always on ice. Well, I don't know. I don't really know that because I was always a ball handler, but
You always
my
dishing.
shot for 15, yeah, it was other than that. So tell me about, actually I got on this DKS. I gotta tell you the truth. Before we even get started, I tried on the sweatpants after getting the sweatsuit, and the sweatpants feels better. The fit is like even nicer and doper than the Nike Tech Fleece. And I thought the Nike Tech Fleece was legit on the fit with the slim cut, but yo, you nailed it.
Man.
No bullshit. You nailed it with the sweatpants in this. What was
Yeah.
the inspiration behind it?
I mean, for me, that's
especially like growing up and doing anything you wanted to do, you know, dad being a powerhouse attorney, being in the street ball circuit, you know, we know you grew up around this. You're not new to none of this stuff. You've been in the entertainment industry. You can do anything you want. Why fashion?
I mean, it started all the way back from when I played hoops. So, you know, basketball is what you see it all, you know?
Yeah.
Hoops, you get the culture, music, the influence, the stars, and then the fashion. You know,
All in
you think
one.
about basketball and NBA, think about how many pages they're showing people's sneakers or what they walk into before the game.
Right.
It's all fashion. And you know, once I kind of decided that I didn't want to keep pursuing basketball into college and I wanted to go into more of the creative field, that's where fashion really kicked in. It's just what I really love.
So now was the motivation like, you know how we get kicks and then we want to match up with the sneakers? Did you want to be like, okay, if I'm not making footwear, I want to have dope apparel so that it can match with like upcoming releases? Or the motivation was just like skater brand and it was completely outside of like basketball and not like an athletic brand, but more of a lifestyle brand?
Yeah, man, I mean, honestly, it just started from my love of sneakers, started it all. And then, you know, once I realized I need something that'll go with my shoes, I need a good outfit, because, you know, I used to build my outfits from the floor up, feet first, you know, always see the shoes, but now I build it from the outfit, then match the shoes
And
with
then match
it.
the shoes.
So, you know, it kind of came from, I want to make something different and unique, and a little bit of what we like to call luxury streetwear.
So it's something where you can wear to a basketball game, but then if you want to go step out with your girl or grab dinner,
Keep the same
you feel
thing on.
dope doing it.
Exactly. And same thing is performance side. You could hoop in the shorts too.
Yeah.
I'll run game in the hoodie right now. You know, I'll
Right.
throw it on and run game. It doesn't matter to
And
me.
that's just so hard. I feel like it's even today, it's so hard to find, you know, designers that have that type of like element where you have fashion, but you don't have to keep switching off. Like a Balenciaga. You just
Yeah.
can't say, you know what, I'm about to go hoop with the triple S's.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, but it looks dope for the culture, but it's not something you can keep switching up. Or like, you know, a Kith jacket or Kith sweatshirt.
Yeah.
Someone with the gold, you feel like you just can't wear it anywhere, anyhow. And I feel like with the DKS, it's a lot of like trendy pieces, but yet it's functional and fashionable at the same time.
Subtle flex.
Yeah.
Subtle flex. You
That's
think
dope,
about it, you
subtle
know,
flex.
you wear it and you're not gonna be, you know, if you don't wanna be the person who walks out in something that's so flashy, you throw our stuff on, but it's
Subtle
you know,
flex.
it's low key enough, but it also has that flair to it.
Yeah, that's
So it
dope.
doesn't matter, you know, what you're wearing, where you're going wearing.
Now that we got Dom with us, we're off. Back over to Jersey, meet Suraj at his house.
This is a good story right here. This one's funny.
It's off-white.
So it's Off-White Virgil, but the story behind this is we were at Complex Con. So I had brought my pair because Nike was doing a Makers Lab. So what happened was they weren't dipping shoes except Air Force Ones there.
Right.
But I had my pair with me in my backpack. And I went over to the guy and the guy was like, yo, I know who you are. You know, you do a lot of charity work. I was like, yeah. And I was like, yo, can you dip these for me? He was like, yo, I could get fired. I'm like, all right, never mind. He's like, nah, I'll do it. And he dipped them for me.
He dipped.
So what happened was Virgil, when I was picking my pair up after they dried, Virgil had walked in. And I was picking them up, and Virgil was like, yo, you mind if I see these? And I was like, nah, of course. And he did it. He was holding them, and they started taking pictures of them. So then one of my boys took the video of it. So I have the video. So because this color's supposed to be coming out now.
Instagram.
So when this color comes out, I'm gonna play the video like, yo, thanks for copying my idea on the colorway.
So
I did it.
he took a picture from the dip and said, this is gonna be another
No,
color.
he didn't say it there, but now the rumors are that it's
thought it was
coming.
happening,
So we
yeah.
had the video of him holding my pair, and then what was cool, like he signed it, like I did all the celebrities. Suraj 90, and then he put this one, so like
Show me that real quick.
Virgil was here.
Hold on, get
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
get
no, of
that-
course.
get that inside of that.
So he signed them. Virgil was here, Suraj 90.
was here.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So that was pretty dope to meet the guy who created something, you know what I mean? Let me show you the craziest shoe in here. And it's crazy, watch this, the craziest shoe out of all this. So what is that?
Air Force One.
White on white, right?
Right.
All right, so check it out. Fly leather, okay?
Okay.
Hold on. So
That's
now,
it.
now let me see what the tag is. So fly leather,
Get out of here.
30 or 50 in the world. So what this shoe is, this was made, so now you know how most shoes are made overseas.
Right.
So peep where this shoe was made. And this is the best thing about it. Made in Beaverton, Oregon.
No way.
Yeah, Builder's Lab.
Only 50 pages made on
So what
campus?
happened was when I was on campus, one of the guys that was a developer was like, yo, Raj, I know how you love white on whites. He was like, yo, what, when are you leaving? I was like, I'm leaving in 2 days. And what's crazy is they go into production, it takes 2 days. See right there? VIP 10/26/17 when I was out there.
Right.
So they only made 50 of these white on white fly leather. Don't you think that a shoe, when it has a story behind it, is so much more valuable?
Yeah,
Like,
by far.
if you can tell something, if you could tell a story, like, look, you guys all knew about the galaxies, you knew the reminiscence of it. That's what's missing in this culture right now. You're just doing shoes like, these are like one of the most iconic shoes ever, Year of the Dogs.
Of course, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, like, that's what we're missing. We're missing the fun part. All right, hold on, let me get this one out.
Have you got the inside of that though?
Yeah,
Look at that, changing the world.
You got pony hair on top.
Well, watch, you'll see. So check it out, I'll give you the whole breakdown, so keep it. All right, so 525 pairs in the world. Goes back to the old Bo Jackson font. Remember I used to say Bo knows?
Yeah.
So SR cares for the, sneaker room cares. Numbered, limited, cool. Then you jump to this one, which is 126 in the world. A little bit more limited, tumble leather, patent leather, same thing. Each one's individually numbered. Then you go to the pony hair, which is 63 pairs in the world, which is pretty dope. But the best thing about on all the shoes are, the right foot says, changing the world, one sole at a time in my writing. And this is actually my handwriting. I wrote it, they just copied it with my signature, with my initials. But the dope one is the left side of each shoe. I wear these for, and it's in my handwriting, but you can put whoever's name it is that you want to wear them for. Cool. So your mom, your sister, your cousin, your aunt.
And he knows firsthand. I mean, he lost his mom.
Yeah, I lost my mom for colon cancer in 2006.
Exactly.
Yeah, what year?
2 years ago.
Yeah, see, I wear my mom right here. She's right here, rest in
He's got
peace.
his here and show
Yeah, she's up top.
Yeah.